CNBC senior economics reporter Steve Liesman joins me now. Steve, it's always so great to talk to you. So walk us through what this latest data means.
So there's definitely a cooling going on in the job market, but you have to remember the Fed wanted there to be cooling. The job market was running really as hot as we've seen for a long time. Millions and millions of jobs were actually created. And so what happened is we had a high inflation problem. Part of that problem with inflation was we needed to raise wages to attract people back to the workforce. We had a surge in wage growth. That brought people into the workforce. And now the Fed has pretty much conquered the inflation rate. Just so everybody understands, I'm not talking about the price level. Stuff went up and stayed there. But the rate that they're increasing, the inflation rate, has come down pretty much close to where the Fed wants it to be. They have a little more work to do there. So what's happening now is the job market is cooling very much as expected. The level is okay, Kristen. What the trouble is the descent and the momentum and the trajectory is one where we don't know if we're going to end up right on the tarmac in this beautiful soft landing that we wanted, or whether or not this ends up being more of a hard landing. So we're in this moment now where there's doubts about the underlying economy, doubts about the job market. If we stop here, everything's going to be okay.
Well, and so what does that mean about what you are anticipating from the Fed when they meet in the next couple of weeks? We're still anticipating that they will lower rates, Steve?
I think definitely anticipating they're going to lower rates. They think they're too high for the economy the way it is right now. Let me just put a little context here. We think we add 100,000 or maybe fewer able-bodied, working able people every month to the U.S. workforce. If we add 100,000 jobs, we're cool. We put all those people to work. If it's more than that, well, then, we're running kind of hot. It's been more than that for a while. So 142,000 is not a problem. The Fed is going to cut probably by 1/4 of a percentage point in a series of cuts the market expects, bringing rates down by a full percentage point by the end of the year. That's the market expectation. The Fed's going to follow the data here.
Steve, just very quickly, help us understand why the data is being revised again.
Kristen, we have had a problem since the pandemic, and one of the problems we've had is that the response rates to the government surveys have been down. For some reason, the folks who are supposed to write in and tell the government every month how many people are on the payroll, they're not responding as quickly and as efficiently as they previously did. They get it right over time, because what they do is they true it up with the unemployment insurance records. Christian, I'll just say I'm in the middle of trying to figure this out. It's a great question. We do know response rates are down, but the government gets it right eventually. So this nonsense about government conspiracies is just ridiculous, because the reason the numbers are different is because the government told you.
Right. Well, it's a complicated picture, Steve Liesman. Thank you for helping us to understand it more clearly. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.